Rolling? Cool. We're in. All right. Hey guys, it's Fleckus. This week we're at Cal State Fullerton. Milo is here to give a speech, and leftist protesters are not happy about it. Let's see what's going on.
He doesn't have a right to speak here. Because even though this is a public...
They booked him, so like...
This is a public school. I know, but as I said, he has said stuff that threatens certain students.
I mean, he said some stupid stuff, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's not like he supports the KKK, and that's what most of the people that are protesting about, that he's a Nazi and that he supports the KKK and stuff like that, and it's just not true.
Yeah, he's a Nazi. Meanwhile, he's a gay Jewish guy married to a black guy.
I mean, look at this. For goodness sakes, all this meltdown just because some silly homosexual wants to come and talk about... I don't even know what his speech is on today, but it's just like the mere presence of the guy. Oh my gosh, we have to have hundreds of protesters and hundreds of policemen out here just because a dude wants to talk. I mean, that's kind of silly. If that's not, showing the snowflake culture, I don't know what is.
We found a pirate guy that makes sense. This is great. Have you always been a communist, or did you recently become a communist?
I've always been a communist.
A lot of these people want communism. Do you think they know anything about communism?
I think they know that communism is going to get all the bad stuff away, and whatever they don't like, it's going to shut up.
I believe that the workers should unanimously just choose to take the means of production, and then...
They don't realize that it's going to take everything that they have away, and they haven't fully done their research.
I believe that the workers should control the means of production.
Okay. So, how would we implement that in the U.S.? Well, what would the plan be if you were to, have your way?
They have no idea what the hell they're talking about, and they're complete idiots. And this is where they come to fester.
Do you think communism is the answer in the U.S.? That's what we need to do?
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
And speaking of the U.S., how many houses per homeless person that are empty?
There are 10 times as many empty houses in America than there are homeless people currently.
Would you guys just give the homeless people the houses?
Why not?
So why cover the face?
Give a man a mask and he'll tell you the truth. Having this mask allows us to be able to freely state our opinions without fear of censorship. Self-censorship or...
A lot of the censorship we're seeing right now is censorship on the right.
What?
I mean, communists and socialists and ANTIFA, they are pretty present on social media and stuff, but the censorship is really happening to conservative voices. Look what's happening here. Milo's trying to speak, and people are coming here and saying he shouldn't. Do you think Milo should speak today? You're against censorship, so do you think Milo should speak?
I go to every protest, just like this. They're talking race hate.
When you say I support Trump, you obviously believe in things that he's going to do, like building a wall, mass deportations, all this stuff. And that is inherently a white supremacist idea. We can only want this single type of person here. And whiteness is a concept that...
No, it's not nothing to do with race. It's just people coming here legally.
What's up
with a Muslim ban? It's only 6 countries that Obama put in place. And it's not a Muslim ban. Look at the terrorist attack today. Look what's happening in Europe. Europe's getting destroyed by refugees.
No, they're not. That's complete fabrication.
Dude, there's an acid attack in England every day. Sometimes there's 5 a day. Europe right now, basically open borders. A lot of these countries, Sweden, Germany, France, and they're getting destroyed. My mom just went to Italy, and she's like, you can't walk around at night in certain areas. Certain towns are just completely Muslim now, and they're just bringing their own culture there and taking over, and they don't respect the laws. They're not assimilating. That's what immigration's all about. They're not assimilating.
It's not. Why is that about assimilation? Why can't you?
It's always been about assimilation. Even Democratic presidents that you probably agree with back in the day are like, you come here, you learn English.
Aren't they people though?
But it's our. We can't solve global poverty. We can't solve humanitarian issues by immigration. We can't bring all the world's poor people here and say, oh, yeah, here's free stuff.
Statue of Liberty, what does it say?
What does it say? My grandparents came here through Ellis Island, Statue of Liberty, and they went through a process where a guy basically stripped them naked, looked at them up and down, and some people that they know just got sent back. You're like, oh, no, actually, you're not coming in. Take the $1 in your pocket, go back on the boat.
Absolutely.
So it's like, these people are still coming here today. It's a little bit more lax for sure, but it's like, why, because a country is on our southern border, do they have preferential treatment when they can just walk across, when a person from Poland or a person from South America or a person from India wants to come here? It's not easy.
It's absolutely not easy. But, there are people who are honestly economic refugees and they're trying to have a better life for their families. And is that so wrong?
But even if you doubled how much we're taking in, so you brought $2 million a year, it's still a drop in the pool of this huge issue. And if you also take
people come in, they're not. Are they hurting anybody?
But if they're the most driven people from their area and they want to come here for better life, they're also hurting the area they're leaving, because now the motivated people in their towns and their little societies are leaving. So it's like there's no industry makers in that world now.
Totally, but they have a right to move to where they feel like they can have a comfortable life, don't they?
Yeah, and they should follow the rules wherever they want to go. And if their rules don't apply to us,
what if the situation like at Ellis Island was way too complicated and people snuck through? There are illegal white immigrants, and there have been. Do you support their ability to stay here?
No, I think you have to follow the laws.
I don't want to paint a broad brush, but I think you guys probably support it.
I support him.
White supremacy too, right?
You support white supremacy?
Based on what that guy over there, he's pretty much an outright out supremacist, and he kind of knows who you are. So,
well, I mean, you haven't seen my videos, so that's not fair. But I don't support white supremacy. So you just assumed I did because someone else associated with me? Is that in the same thing that happened in Charlottesville? Because these people, David Duke comes out of nowhere and says, "Oh, I love Trump. He's doing a great job." Now you're like, "Oh, Trump is KKK because David Duke supports him." That's not fair.
No, but he doesn't. He doesn't do a whole lot to dissuade people from believing that he has those opinions supporting them, you know?
But then it's like, then you can, all day you just be like, "Oh, I'm not KKK. Oh, I'm not this."
There's outright examples of violence coming out from the right, and people aren't denouncing it.
Like what?
Like Charlottesville.
Denounced.
And he said there were good people on both sides. Like, what is that about?
But, I mean, for example, Faith Goldie, a conservative reporter, she was there covering the event. She's a good person on the right.
Sure.
And I agree. And I think the Unite the Right thing was all set up in the beginning because that doesn't represent all the right. And to go there with the torches, that was brutal. But on the left, Antifa's there. I think Antifa gets violent. It's not the best thing. But there are good people on the left who are liberal protesters who are there and they're expressing their rights. Same on the right. There are good people on both sides. That's what he meant. Like, what's wrong with that? You guys are in high school or college?
I just graduated. I'm going to the Marines.
You going to the Marine?
Yes, sir.
I'm still in high school, and I'm brainwashed by a left-wing school.
You think they're white supremacists, these kids?
I think they exist in a system of white supremacy. And I think I have white supremacy tendencies. I'm telling you guys.
We're Armenian.
Can I point out my parents were born in a Muslim country?
My parents are from Guerrero, Mexico, bro. They came here. They came legally. It took them 15 years. My dad finally became a citizen. And
so your family's from Mexico, and you're for immigration reform?
Yes, definitely.
Are you for the wall?
Yeah, definitely.
How could you be?
How do you care about the people in Mexico who are suffering right now and who want to come here? Like,
there's a way they come legally. They come legally.
What's going on that you think Trump is doing that's fascist? Because he was duly elected.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. So it was, it's Murphy's Law, right? Or no, what's Godwin's Law with the Hitler or the Nazi stuff?
I grew up in the ghettoest parts of Costa Mesa, and I have seen people, minorities that take advantage of freaking welfare, and it sucks. Honestly, it sucks. And
Does that hurt you though?
Well, here's the thing. I come from my dad taught me to learn to value hard work and not to victimize yourself. So I firmly do not believe that there is a white supremacy system of oppression that's going against me. And here's the thing too is I'm not even rich. I'm not a part of the 3% or anything like that. But I work my ass off, and I know I can improve my own life.
Oh, hell yeah, I love it. All right, we got some action. Let's keep it rolling. I love you, Flecka. I love you.
No, Fleckas, what's up, man?
We're here. Antifa is here. Antifa is here.
You, man.
Are you not in? Are you serious or no?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you in Antifa?
Do you have a cereal bar? I'm really hungry.
Fleckas, what I was saying.
Yeah, it's free here. You can take a third of mine. I worked for it.
We do not live in a fascist country. If it was a fascist country, they wouldn't be able to fly this. This is the most free and prosperous country in the world, and it's a beautiful place. And of course, Trump is not a fascist. He is promoting. This is all free speech and stuff. This is beautiful that you guys can protest. You wouldn't be able to do this in a fascist place.
What is Antifa's goal? Bigger picture.
Like any anti-fascist. If you're against authoritarian governments based on racism, you're an anti-fascist.
And where are you seeing the racism in the U.S. that you are opposing? This is just for the interview. This is for the conversation. Where are you seeing racism in the U.S.? I'm with Fleckus Talks.
Bill Clinton's a racist. He's a rapist.
He messed it up by one letter, but maybe right on both. All right, another Fleckus Talks in the books. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. Also, Fleckus Talks t-shirts are for sale. Go to Instagram at Fleckus, FLECCIS, and get your Fleckus Talks t-shirt today. Antifa, classic.
Can you get this idiot out of here? Yeah, Fleckus, he's a dick.
Hey, seriously, thanks, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. Austin.
Yeah.
Bro, I love... Dude,
love Fleckus Talks?
You were here. Oh, I love Fleckus Talks, man.
What's your favorite Fleckus Talks?
Dude, you're hilarious. The favorite thing, the microphone and the spoon. You can't beat that shit.